And moving on, India's Parliament will take up discussion on the motion of thanks on President Draupadi Murmu's address, with BJP's Ramveer Singh Biduri to move the motion. Lower House or the Lok Sabha has allotted 2 days beginning today for discussion on the motion of thanks to the President's address, while the Upper House of the Rajya Sabha has earmarked 3 days for the debate. The first part of the budget session will have 9 sittings from January 31st to February 13th. Parliament will then break for recess to examine the budget proposals on February 13th and meet again from March 10th to discuss the demands for grants of various ministries and complete the budgetary process. The session will conclude on April 4th. The entire budget session will have 27 sittings. Meanwhile, Joint Parliamentary Committee report on Waqf Amendment Bill will be tabled in Lok Sabha. After the report is adopted by the House, the Waqf Bill will be introduced and taken up for discussion. And for more on Parliament, we have Anil Thomas joining us from Delhi. Well, Anil, with a motion of thanks on President Murmu's address taking centre stage in Parliament today, how's the debate expected to pan out and what other key points are expected to arise?
Well, good morning, Lepakshi. Well, this is, one of the most or one of the longest sessions of Parliament that you would see. 64 days of working if you take the start and the end day that started on 31st of Jan, ends on April 4th. And as you mentioned, 2 sessions, 2 parts. It's into the first session consisting of 9 days of working, the second one having 18, altogether 27. The motion of thanks could be something that, that is looked forward to, because looking at the deliberations, discussions that could take place, both from the opposition as well as from the Treasury benches. But today's attention will be all on the Joint Parliamentary Committee report led by Jagdambika Pal, that will be chaired. And, the buzz around it. So we'll have to wait and watch. Yes, a reply to that is something that will be expected. And I think, the first week, or I would say the first Monday of this particular Parliament session, we could see to be pretty stormy, and we could see discussions, both especially on the motion of thanks, discussion on that, and also outside Parliament you could see discussions especially on that Parliamentary Committee report that's going to be presented. All
right, and also what are the key discussions expected around the Waqf Amendment Bill once the Joint Parliamentary Committee report is tabled in the Lok Sabha, and how might it impact the ongoing budget proceedings?
Well, it has every potential, to be going either ways. Since you mentioned it, it could either be. First of all, there has been a lot of opposition there by the Joint Parliamentary Committee members, pro and con, with regards to the contents of what the Parliamentary Committee report is. We'll have to wait and watch for the simple reason, because, there have been many voices that have been heard. Now we'll have to wait for the report to be presented and what exactly happens in Parliament, because all parties who have their members in the Joint Parliamentary Committee have all been tight-lipped about what's their next point of action. There have been many fingers that have been pointed with regards to, their dissent or members' dissent being removed from the report. And also, the Joint Parliamentary Committee chairman has been very clear that the report was prepared in unison with all members on board. So it leaves pretty confusing, outlook to what exactly this particular bill this particular JPC could present. I think the first day of Parliament will set the ball rolling on how this particular parliamentary report is submitted and the fallout or the acceptance of it. If the bill is passed through the once the JPC report is submitted, the bill would be tabled in the House, and then we'll see discussions and deliberations that takes place. But it's a long drawn ordeal, I would say, with regards to this particular bill, and you would see long drawn discussions and deliberations on it.
All right, Anand, thank you so much for all those insights.